So I'm going to turn the microphone over to Adina Braun from UBC. She has a background in library science, which I think is really an interesting kind of connection. And she'll be telling us about what she's doing. So I'll leave that to her, and we'll be able to, I think we'll go through each of the presentations if the technology allows it.
So as Bill introduced me, my name is Adina Braun, and I'm the Community Engagement Librarian for Business Services at UBC. It's a bit of a mouthful. And I'm primarily responsible for the development and implementation of the Small Business Accelerator website, as well as doing outreach to entrepreneurship groups at UBC and farther afield. My presentation today is titled Build Your Skills for Tomorrow's Small Businesses, and I will be talking about how the SBA supports future entrepreneurs in British Columbia. Aha, there we go. So information matters. You wouldn't buy a house without doing an inspection, and you probably wouldn't hire someone for a job without meeting them. People gather information to make decisions all the time, from what car to buy to how to write a resume, what to order at a new restaurant. We do this in many ways. We talk to our friends, we read reviews online, or we take a book out of the library. You all kind of understand that getting good, reliable information is important for decision making. And of course, the internet has been a game changer. It has significantly changed and will continue to change the way that we access information. And this affects work, this affects education, finances, and more. Some examples we're hearing at the sessions today and yesterday, and it includes online distance work, crowdfunding, crowdsourcing, e-commerce, peer-to-peer networks, and online learning opportunities. To succeed in new ventures, individuals can benefit from building skills in business research and in entrepreneurship, updated to focus on new trends in the workforce. Online learning opportunities can especially benefit rural communities, which may not be able to support the traditional in-person delivery of training, such as diploma programs, certificate programs, apprenticeships, or the mentor networks. Some of the features of rural entrepreneurship, as I'm sure many of you know, there's challenges of supply related to geography and of access, but there tends to be a strong loyalty to the region. People have roots and they want to stay. A lot of rural entrepreneurship is part-time work or businesses that run alongside other jobs. It's often seasonal work, especially in tourist areas, and employees are often family members. They tend to be small enterprises keeping the sort of profits in the family. So entrepreneurs and small business owners need a particular kind of information. They need to know what are the regulations for their industry, who are their customers, who are their competitors, and how does their product or service differ. Getting answers to these questions is a process called market research, and it can be vital to the success of a small business or a startup. Whether the business is online or in the community, entrepreneurs benefit from building skills such as learning how to identify a market, create a budget or a marketing campaign, and write a business plan. Now, business research can kind of break down into different components. Primary research refers to the research you conduct yourself through interviews, questionnaires, focus groups, or talking to personal connections. Secondary market research, which is what I'll be focusing on today, refers to finding and using information that already exists. And parts of this conversation have already been started with discussions of open data and open source information. The benefits of doing secondary market research are many. It can help define the problem and the issue because you're getting a variety of perspectives. Entrepreneurs often are really convinced of their great idea, which is good, they need that drive, but doing secondary market research can point to issues, potential challenges that will benefit them to know about early. It also gives credibility when talking to potential buyers, partners, competitors, etc. Your mentors and your investors, they will expect you to have this information. They will have done their research, especially if they're planning to invest money. And so having this information at your fingertips shows that you've done your due diligence and you're serious about your proposal. Secondary market research can actually also help save you time and money. Primary market research can be quite expensive. It can be quite time-consuming as well, and it can require a level of expertise in the interpretation of data that is its own challenge. And finally, secondary market research can also point to where you need to do primary market research. The gaps in the information that's available help you be more targeted in what kinds of information that you need to generate yourself. So the Small Business Accelerator is an openly available online resource for secondary market research dedicated to supporting the BC business community. Managed by specialist librarians like myself, the Small Business Accelerator is committed to making it easier for BC entrepreneurs to succeed by providing free access to high-quality online secondary market research and business information. We value working with community business support agencies and promoting their services and expertise to help contribute to the cultural, social, and economic dimensions of our diverse BC community. We also support BC public libraries and university libraries, college libraries in their work with local business communities. So some of our main activities, we maintain a collection of over 100 industry-specific business accelerator guides. I'll be going into these in a bit more detail as well. We provide tutorials and support for growing research skills. We maintain a directory of business support and service providers, and we help increase access to licensed resources. There is still a divide between what is openly available and what is behind a paywall, and we are working with various stakeholders to try and make more of that available. One example is a one-time license that we helped facilitate for the Gale Business Plan Handbooks, which now can reach over 2 million British Columbian residents through their public libraries. And we also promote and host business events across the province. So our specialized industry guides are really one of our key resources. As I said, we maintain over 100 of these guides, and they take you through the process of conducting secondary market research, from gathering competitive information, industry information, and consumer information. We regularly update them with industry-specific regulations, websites, trade publications, and other resources. So the screenshot here shows the guides that are in our tourism and hospitality category to give you an idea, including the front page of the tourism guide. All of the guides follow the same structure, divided into 4 sections. So getting started, industry information, competitive information, and customer information. This helps break down the research task into manageable chunks, as well as it provides a consistent structure across our workshops and tutorials. We use this when we do workshops, we use this when we teach classes, and when we explain sort of the concepts of market research to people. Another key element of our site is the BC Business Support Directory. This has links to hundreds of organizations that support businesses and entrepreneurs throughout British Columbia. They include both fee and free, like fee-based and free services, from mentoring to financing, consultation, and information facilities, etc. Our list is by no means complete, so if you think your organization matches this kind of mandate and you're interested in being included, let us know. The green box, there's a link when it's on our website, because we're always happy to make it more comprehensive. One recent project is the Getting to Know Your Industry, which is an online video tutorial on secondary market research for industry analysis. This was just completed in the spring of this year. Funding came from UBC's Teaching and Learning Enhancement Fund, and the project was headed by librarians Aaliyah McCauley and Kim Bouchard. So I came in sort of just as the project was finishing, so I've got the opportunity. I didn't really have to work on it, but I get to go around promoting it as if I was responsible. The goal was to convert secondary market research for industry analysis, to convert the content that we had already been delivering in person to an online modular format that can be repurposed and shared. So they developed a series of animated explainer videos. This is an example that normally has sound, that feature a learning-centered perspective and that break the process of industry research down into manageable steps. Again, this is about sort of taking the worry, the anxiety out of doing this kind of research. And they were designed to appeal to multiple learning styles. We've incorporated the discrete videos into tutorial modules that also include learning outcomes, quizzes, additional handouts, and links for deeper learning, as well as a worksheet to help you apply what you've learned to your own research. So we're really excited about these videos. I think there's a lot that can be done with them. I'm working on integrating them into the classes that I'm scheduled to teach and looking for new ways to use them. They're available on our website, and they're also hosted on the UBC YouTube channel. There's no license that I'm aware of. These are definitely made to be used, shared, used in other business classes by support organizations, etc. And they really cover the whole start to finish market research process. That was my backup slide. Okay. Some upcoming projects that we're working on is, one is a BC Entrepreneurs Research and Information Needs Survey. So my colleague, Aaliyah McCauley, as well as a few other librarians at UBC are working on a survey to better understand the research habits and the information needs of entrepreneurs in British Columbia. And this could be people who have started ventures or businesses, but it could also be people who have an interest in it and who have not sort of formally gotten started. The library, UBC Library, plans to use the information to assess how well we meet your needs and where we can improve. So really looking forward to seeing the results when this comes out. But we've just launching the survey tomorrow, so no data yet. So again, little plug, if you're enrolled in an entrepreneurship course or program, INBC, if you're launching or preparing to launch a business venture, if you're a member of an accelerator, or if you're working to commercialize your research at NBC, we're very interested, and I can send you links to the survey. And then another sort of web-based project is we're updating the BC Business Support Directory. So going through all of those entries to make sure that everything's up to date, as well as doing a bit of a refresh on the visuals. So still lots of work to be done. This is what I call like my feel-good slide. It's when people say nice things about us. It was actually very good timing because I got the photo of the card on an email with the picture just a couple days ago because I was out of the office. So I also wanted to highlight the top quote, which I'll read. It's from a few years ago, but I am really impressed with the SBA so far. What it means to rural would-be entrepreneurs is that they'll have access to information that everybody takes for granted in large metropolitan areas. This is going to level the playing field quite a bit. And I think that is a really important aspect of the SBA, and one of the reasons that I'm here today is to connect the information that is available and that is generated through the universities and the knowledge that we have as librarians in how to do research to rural communities and entrepreneurs. And I think I've been kind of quick, but I cited a couple pieces of the literature, And that's all. So thank you, and let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you very much, Adina.